So a lot of the times when I tell people the bare minimum for a hamster's cage is 450 square inches of floor space, they don't quite understand why does such a small animal need such a large enclosure. Hamsters, while they are a domesticated animal, haven't nearly been domesticated as long as dogs or cats, who have been domesticated for thousands of years, whereas hamsters have maybe only been domesticated for about 80 years, and actually some species have been domesticated for even less than that. So hamsters still are very similar to their wild ancestors. In the wild, hamsters have been found to travel 5.5 miles per night. While they're doing this traveling, they are foraging for food, they are looking for nesting, they are getting their energy out, and they are burrowing as well. Hamsters in the wild have been found to burrow as deep down as 31 inches. As you may know, one of the most important things a hamster needs in their cage is a wheel. This is a necessity. Everybody will tell you you need a wheel for your hamster because they need something to get their energy out because they have a lot of energy. But a wheel should never make up for a small enclosure. A hamster should be able to get out a lot of their energy from the wheel, but they as well as should be able to get energy out by doing things like foraging, looking for nesting, burrowing, all of those types of natural instincts. This is why taking such a high energy animal and putting it in something like a critter trail just isn't okay. They really do need that space. There have been studies done that have proven that small hamster cages have serious effects on hamsters. Having a small hamster cage can lead to cage aggression, bar biting, monkey barring, as well as low activity levels. In 2007, there was a study done to show how small cages affect hamsters. They took 60 female Syrian hamsters and they placed them in 4 different sized enclosures. The enclosure sizes were 279 square inches, 387 square inches, 775 square inches, and 1,550 square inches. So the frequency and duration of bar chewing was significantly higher when hamsters were placed in these smaller cages rather than the larger cages. So it was suggested that the welfare of the hamster's life may be improved by giving them a cage as large as 1,550 square inches of floor space. Now keep in mind that some hamsters did still bar chew in a cage that large. That should just go to show you that even that may not be large enough for a hamster, because these animals really do need a lot of space. In all honesty, they probably should have never been domesticated because we can't really provide them what they actually need. Bar biting is not a normal behavior, and it actually is a behavior caused by psychological stress. Another study was done and it showed that hamsters in smaller cages actually had an increased overall body temperature. This indicates that housing a hamster in a smaller cage does cause chronic stress. Larger cages for your hamster does improve their quality of life, as well as it can save you a lot of time and money. So when you have a small cage that is under the bare minimum, you are going to have to clean this cage out a lot more often. So you're probably going to have to be changing that bedding once a week because it gets dirty a lot faster. When you're changing the bedding once a week, that means you're going to have to buy more bedding more often. When you have a larger cage, you do not have to clean the cage once a week. It's never actually recommended to ever really clean your cage once a week because it's super stressful for your hamster. With a large cage that's above the bare minimum of 450 square inches of floor space, you really only need to half clean your cage once a month with spot cleanings every couple days, because you shouldn't remove all of that bedding because it is stressful to your hamster. And if you're not removing all of that bedding a lot of the times, you're saving money because you don't have to buy as much bedding. Another thing that people have brought up on my channel so many times, and it's getting a little frustrating, is what if you can't afford a large cage or large cages are expensive? I do want to point out that if you can't afford your animal's basic requirements, then it's suggested that you don't get one at all because that's not fair to the animal. There's also a lot of ways to get large cages for low prices. Bin cages are great. They're easy to make, as well as you can get them for less than $30. You can buy used aquariums on buy and sell websites. Petco, if you have a Petco near you, has a $1 per gallon sale, I think 4 times a year, and the 40-gallon aquarium tank is only $50 during the sale. As well as you can get the IKEA Detolf. This is equivalent to a 90-gallon aquarium and it's only $70. And you can always DIY and refurbish old furniture into a hamster cage. It's very simple. You just need some wood, maybe some plexiglass, some rodent mesh, and you can be as creative as you want, and plus then you're repurposing an old piece of furniture. Another comment that I get is, I have a small cage, but I make up for it by giving my hamster a lot of playtime. This only would work if you are giving your hamster supervised playtime during the night. This is because hamsters are nocturnal, so they're most active during the night. That's the most important time that they have the most amount of space. And many people are not willing to stay up all night supervising their hamster play, so that's why it really doesn't make up for a small cage. In all honesty, if small cages were okay, countries like Germany wouldn't have such large bare minimums that are enforced by their veterinarian association for welfare. They have such large minimums because they actually understand how much space hamsters need, which is awesome that they understand that. I wish other countries did too. This video was not meant to put anybody down who owns a small hamster cage, but only to inform them as to why it is so important that hamsters have such large hamster cages. And if you have something that is under the bare minimum, I really would highly suggest upgrading for the sake of your hamster's quality of life, because small hamster cages do have effects on the hamster's physical and mental health. So yeah guys, I really hope this video has helped. Thank you for watching. Bye!